One of the position groups that's looked really good this year and is graded really well at Pro Football Focus is the offensive line. The offensive line coach, Tony Sparano Jr., a guy who's worked for the first year with this group. It's been interesting to see the impact that he's had on this group. We had a chance to talk to Tony Sparano Jr. today. Where are we at this time of the season with the guys? Where do you feel like installing stuff you want to do? How far along are these guys?
Yeah, look, I think we're improving each week. Certainly we still have a lot of things we got to work on, a lot of things we need to clean up and get better at. But the guys are working really hard right now. I think we're, in terms of the amount of stuff that we've got in. I think we're doing a good job of embracing different schemes and staying multiple on our offense, which presents a lot of different issues for the defenses that we play. So I think that's always a good thing. The guys, like I said, are working really hard. They're great pros, and I like the direction we're heading. We're getting better as a group, and I'm pleased with that.
I know one of the things you wanted to get done was get the guys to play together, get them to, all for one for all. 5 is 1, 1 is 5. Is that the reason for this group elevating their level of play?
I think that's part of it. Again, my biggest thing, the way they're playing is down to the work they're putting into this. And certainly, you and I have spoken before, I think that's a huge part of it. The fact that starting way back when in the spring, these guys invested in one another. These guys took time out to really get to know one another personally, to get on the same page on the field, off the field. And I just think that work has paid a lot of dividends for these guys. They're really close. They care about each other. They play for each other. And between that, the talent we've got in that room, which we've got good players in that room, real good players, and the hard work they do and the preparation each week, I think that's why you're seeing them have some success and get more consistent. Again, still a lot we got to get better at, but that's why I feel like we're trending in the right direction.
And one of the things I've noticed about the guys are people like Ryan Kelly is generally pretty stoic. He's very emotional in a way. I haven't seen him be that. Is that you leading him toward that, or him just investing so heavily in this that he feels like that emotional kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't think it has much to do with me. Ryan is a great leader. Ryan's a great person. He's a great professional. I think that Ryan's care for his teammates, for this game, for this organization is evident to all of us. And really since I got here, that's what I've seen from Ryan. That's what I've seen from Quentin. That's what I've seen from Braden. And those 3 older guys have really done a great job cultivating the culture that we have in that room, and bringing all the guys together, older guys, younger guys, new guys that have been here. So, again, to me, it speaks to the level of how much they care about this organization, how much they love this game, and how much they love playing with each other.
How much work can you do to coach up quickly a guy like Blake, who's being asked to do things that maybe nobody expected him to be asked to do?
Blake, obviously, you draft him, get him here, and you kind of start from the ground floor of, young. He's obviously a really young player. Being a rookie, he's experiencing some things for the first time that, obviously some really good challenges, but in the NFL, that's what this is. You get tested every week, whether it's Myles Garrett, it's Aaron Donald, it's that whole crew in Tennessee that's a really good front. It's Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker. You're certainly the guys that we're playing against this week in New Orleans with Cam Jordan, with Granderson. Those guys are really good players. As a tackle, I always have felt like it's one of the hardest positions to play as a young player in this league because of that. You're matched up consistently with really good players. There's a lot of things where schematically that they're not always able to get a lot of help as a young player. It winds up being, hey, you versus him one-on-one, based on what, again, the defense is doing to create those matchups, and you got to go out there and hold your own and win your matchups. So the thing I'll say for Blake is this, obviously we're working to improve his technique every day. He's working really hard at that. He is a really smart player. He processes information really quickly. So when you tell him stuff, whether it's on the field, whether it's in the classroom, he takes it and catches on pretty quickly to what you ask him to do. And then he never wavers. He's got a confidence about him that's unique for a rookie and for a player as young as he is. Has a lot of belief in himself, has a lot of belief in his teammates, and they believe in him, and just like I do. So that it's that to me is the biggest thing with him. Is he is he's a really composed player for a young player, and that's unique.
You mentioned how smart he is. That seems like a uniquely smart group. Is that unique to the NFL?
Listen, it's unique to this organization. It's something that we obviously it's important to us to have players that are able to process quickly.
Unique in the NFL.
Oh,
but this group is
just I would say they are. 100%. I would say they are. To have the level of football intelligence and the ability to process stuff quickly that we have in that room is unique. Those, like I said, those guys all being on the same page. The way they see things and react to things that they're seeing very quickly. Sometimes it's stuff that, you only get so many reps throughout the week and so much meeting time. It might be something that we only saw one time in a meeting, or, hey, maybe it's something new that we haven't seen. And they're just relying on their rules and their instincts, and they're reacting quickly to things. That speaks to them and the level of preparation they've put in, and how, like I said, how smart they all are. I mean, they're a really, really good group that way, for sure.
That's Tony Sparano Jr., and I got to tell you, there is nothing more fun for me than to talk to a coach who knows what he's talking about and is willing to share that expertise and tell us what goes on with his position group and how they are going to get better. And Tony Sparano Jr. has been really generous like that since he got here. And so talking to him is just a pleasure. And in seeing a guy like watching Blake Freeland, and granted, playing against Myles Garrett didn't go great for him this past week, but to see him kind of get better and better and better, and to see this offensive line begin to play really, really well and congeal as a unit has been really fun. And in talking to Sparano, you realize kind of how important leadership is within a position group.